almost 8:52 on the AT, and I'm not doing good. Doing 2:16s back to back was the dumbest thing I've ever decided to do, I guess, which really sucks because, I don't know, I feel like I should be able to do that at this point, but I can't. My Achilles hurt worse than they've ever hurt. Just waking up and getting my bear can this morning was difficult. We have 10 miles into Damascus. Luckily it's mostly downhill. But like, this is the easy stretch. This is the stretch of trail where people do a marathon, and I can't do 16. I'm not quitting. I'm gonna have to slow down. But considering slowing down means being more open to the idea of a flip-flop, which means more time on trail, which means more money spent. So basically, you know, I'm catastrophizing. Just thinking of all the possibilities. So yeah, not a great day. It is what it is. I'm not going home. That's for sure. Some other bad news about having the Achilles situation. There were no water sources yesterday until the shelter. I was hoping one would crop up somewhere because I knew that the one at the shelter was incredibly far and incredibly steep. In fact, I wish I'd taken a picture of it. On the hiker graffiti board in the shelter, there was a survey that said, was this water source worth it? Yes or no? And then someone created a third column that said, F this water source. And, well, I don't know, because Tom saw the state of me and said, you can't go down there. So I didn't go down to the water source. He let me use some of his water last night to make dinner, but no one went back down to the water source this morning, which means I do not have coffee, and your girl still has a caffeine dependency out here and will get a headache later. Also, I don't really have much water, and it's 7 miles to the next source, so that's a fun day. Crossing the border in a little bit, though. That'll be something exciting. And looking forward to getting to town. Okay, wow. That's pretty beautiful. So, I've warmed up a little bit, and I am able to increase my speed a bit. I was going at a snail's pace this morning. I'm not going to say I don't hurt, because I do, and I'm not going to say that I'm not in a terrible headspace, because I am. But so goes it. We're pushing on, and we'll rest up, and we'll reassess. But yeah, sometimes it's hard out here. And yeah, I've had people say that I'm whiny before on days where I've had hard days. Everyone has hard days, and if I'm whiny, so be it. This is how I'm feeling. But yeah, sometimes you don't feel good. That's how it is. I also want to say having a bad day and maybe whining a little bit doesn't mean you don't like the trail. It doesn't mean I'm not so incredibly thankful to be out here. It doesn't mean that I would rather die than quit, because that's true. I would rather be out here in pain than at home. But I'm still in pain. And I'm gonna say that. So, update. As mentioned before, I thought I had bed bug bites. Still think that's what it was. I could neither confirm nor deny that it was Mountain Harbor, but I had heard rumors that that was an issue there after the fact. No one told me beforehand. And I'm a terrible person because I didn't know Songbird was gonna stay there when she was hiking Sobo. Would have told her the other day. I just didn't think about it. She stayed there last night. Just woke up this morning. She's also covered in bites. She thinks they're fleas because she's had flea bites before, she said. But I told her to get some cortisone stat because it made a huge difference with me. They haven't been itching nearly as bad since I started using that. But oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her. And now I guess we do know the culprit. I hate that. I loved Mountain Harbor. It is a beautiful place, one of my favorite places I've stayed so far. And you know, things like this happen. We did it. We're leaving Tennessee and crossing into Virginia. I'm feeling better than I was this morning. I was feeling pretty defeated, but I'm feeling determined now. We're gonna make it, and Virginia is the state I was most excited about, so here we go. It's gonna be a long journey, but we're doing it. We're there. Here we go. Tennessee. I feel like that T's kind of struggling, but walking across into Virginia. I will say I'm feeling significantly better than I was not that long ago. Still resting when I get to Damascus, and still angry every time I see a stretch of uphill, even if it's short. But we're trudging on. Should make it to Damascus by 1:30, which means that I am still doing a 2-mile-per-hour pace, which honestly is better than I anticipated with how I was moving this morning. So I can't be too angry at that, but onward. We are back in Mud City, so this is slowing me down a bit. I almost ate it a second ago, trying not to do that again. Here we go, the classic shot of the trail coming out in this person's backyard. So strange. Here we go. Welcome to Damascus. Let's just say this looks very different than the last time I was here. Not the same vibe as trail days. I'm okay with that. Just got into Damascus. Walking through the park, I got stopped by a couple section hikers, or as they would say, segment hikers. They got corrected by Oz the other day. Butterfly, and I believe his name is Jake. So good catching up with them. They were happy to see that my bed bug bites, it's loud, don't look as bad as they did. So Headed to the diner now. I need some water and some food. So, ran into Songbird. She got a much worse case of whatever it was than I did. I feel so bad. She thinks it's fleas, not bed bugs. She could very well be right. I have no idea. But she called Mountain Harbor and they said it was just chiggers in the grass. But I know chigger bites, and that's not what those were. And then Songbird, the first time she stayed there was in the treehouse, didn't have any issues, and then she slept in the loft, which is where I slept, and now we're covered in the same bites. So I hope that I don't know, enough people address it that maybe something will happen, but these aren't chigger bites. They're just not. But just ate at the Damascus diner, had blackened chicken, tater tots, grilled cabbage. It was delicious. Got a coffee, and now we're headed to the place at the United Methodist Church. So here we are at the Place Hostel, which is hosted by the United Methodist Church in town. So we got a little kitchen with a fridge and a microwave. There's a bathroom in there for showers. They have individually wrapped bars of soap and little hotel shampoos and conditioners. And here is the dining area. There's a little bit of history, and then a log book. And then you've got the living area in here, and they do actually ask everyone to leave between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. so they can clean and disinfect everything before the next round of people come in. And so here is the bunk room. I've got my bunk back there. So yeah, it was a $10 donation per night. Yeah, I'll be here for 2 nights. All right, just want to give a little update. One, I'm doing a lot better. I was really struggling emotionally, as you can clearly tell in that clip, but things are okay. I pushed myself too hard in the rain the day before, and I think that was part of what's going on. In the couple weeks since then, I've been averaging like 14-mile days, some higher, some lower. But yeah, hung out at the place, got freshened up, met Tom, Butterfly, and Jake at the distillery, and then Tom and I went and got dinner at Wicked Chicken before I went back for the night. And then, yeah, so that was the rest of that day. But you'll see what's to come.